Governor, the Obama administration has been reinterpreting our civil rights laws that prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex as also prohibiting discrimination on the basis of gender identity. As a part of this effort, it has issued a Dear Colleague letter to every school and college that receives government funds that requires them to permit transgendered persons to go to the bathroom of their choice, to be on the sports team of their choice, to stay in motel rooms of their choice when traveling for school events, and to be called by the pronoun of their choice. As part of this effort, the administration has issued a regulation that requires many employers to include so-called gender transition service in their employee health plans. These services include things such as breast removal, penis construction, vaginoplasty, and potentially even facial reconstruction. Question: will the Trump-Pence Administration withdraw the Dear Colleague letter and issue a regulation that either eliminates the gender transition services mandate or, at the very least, provide a religious exemption for all ministries and all closely held businesses with religious objections?
You know, this is such an example of an administration that seems to have there's no area of our lives too small for them to want to regulate, no aspect of our Constitution too large for them to be willing to ignore. These questions that come up, Donald Trump and I both believe not only can be resolved with common sense at the local level, but they are every single day. I mean, working with parents and administrators and teachers, these issues, I can tell you, are resolved in the state of Indiana whenever they come up. And they should be resolved with the safety and well-being of our children, first and foremost, their privacy, interest, and rights, and with common sense. Donald Trump and I simply believe that all of these issues are best resolved at the state level. By the people of communities, by the standards that they want to set.
How dare the president tell parents everywhere that their children have to conform to his idea of how you go to the bathroom and with whom? I mean, that takes my breath away.
Yeah, Washington has no business intruding on the operation of our local schools. I can tell you, it's just one more example of the heavy hand and liberal agenda of this administration working its way into the purview of the states and the people. And Donald Trump and I will stand by that common sense principle that government that governs least governs best. And when it comes to our kids and the operation of our schools, that those decisions should be made and can be made at the local level. And find ways to accommodate all of our kids. Free public education, universal public education is a principle actually enshrined in the Indiana Constitution, and it's a principle that we cherish all across this country. We'll educate all of our kids. We'll figure our way through these issues, but Washington, D.C. has no business imposing its will or its values on communities around the nation.